Hello, and welcome to NAHRO's Early Bird Preview, Virtual Hill Day. I am Tess Humbry. I'm the Director of Congressional Relations here at NAHRO. And I just wanted to start out by thanking you for registering for the Washington Virtual Conference and for doing so as an early bird. It's a little bit easier for us to plan your meetings with your legislators, so we do appreciate that. To walk you through a little bit about what the day will look like, and then I'll talk to you about logistics of your meetings and how those meetings will go. To start out the day, we've got a good congressional staff panel lined up for you. Fortunately, it's at 9 a.m. I do apologize, especially to the West Coast folks. I'm from the West Coast, so I know how hard that is when East Coast meetings are scheduled so early. Unfortunately, that's kind of how the Hill works, and to make sure that we could get them booked, we had to go for a little bit earlier start, so I apologize there. But we're excited. We've got committee staff lined up from Appropriations Committee and the authorizing committees. These are really important people that help shape spending decisions and housing policy decisions on Capitol Hill, so we're really excited to hear from them. And then 11:15 a.m. we'll be hearing from different members of Congress, including our legislators of the year. We'll talk a little bit about the 117th Congress, some of the housing priorities, and what the year is likely to look like. Throughout the day, you'll be meeting with your personal members of Congress. We've requested meetings between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So depending on the availability of the member or their staff, your meetings will be different times. And then finally, we'll be closing the day out with a closing reception at 4 p.m. Got a few activities planned for you. Pretty excited about that. So let's dive into what is Virtual Hill Day. If you've participated in any of our in-person conferences in Washington, you've got the opportunity to go up to Capitol Hill physically and meet with your members of Congress in their DC office. I know it's a lot of fun to go up there and see them in person, meet with the DC-based staff, see the Hill, and see their DC offices. Unfortunately, the Hill's not quite ready for us yet, so we are going to be doing this virtually. So we are arranging meetings that will happen via phone with your members of Congress. And I do say phone because we have requested only phone rather than on camera for a couple of reasons. One, we've gotten feedback from members of Congress and their staff that that's just easier logistically on them. So it's more likely that you'll get meetings scheduled and longer meetings. And then your members of Congress are kind of all over the place usually, even though it still is a pandemic. So getting them on phone versus on camera is just easier logistically for them. So we have requested phone meetings. Some offices do prefer to be on camera. So if you do have a meeting scheduled on camera, we'll make that note, but typically speaking, we'll be on the phone. And this is your opportunity to share what you've been through in the last year with them. Members of Congress really do appreciate hearing your experiences, what's going on in their district and their state. And so especially this year with everything we've been through, and since you guys have been serving as frontline workers in the fight against the pandemic, you guys have really important things to share with your members of Congress. So beyond the pandemic, it's also really important for you guys to talk about how the programs are impacting your communities. And it's an opportunity for you to tell your legislators how they can help strengthen affordable housing and community development programs. Typically, that means funding requests and also changes they can make to the regulatory environment to make your jobs a little bit easier to do. And then finally, it's an opportunity for you to make critical connections with staff. So I know it's really exciting to meet with a member of Congress, him or herself, but some of the more productive meetings and important meetings happen at the staff level. Because it allows you to get to know the person who handles housing policy in the DC office, and they typically are the people that help shape and inform their member of Congress. So they're really important people to know, and those meetings oftentimes are a little bit more substantive and productive than with the member of Congress. So we always encourage and welcome the staff member meetings as well. So how do you get your meetings scheduled? You don't. We are going to take care of everything for you. So when you registered for the conference, you put an address in the registration forms. And based on that registration information that you gave us, we're going to be scheduling meetings based on your constituency. If you registered with your housing authority address or your business address and you don't want meetings scheduled based on that address, just email me. We can change the address. Or if you do want to meet with members of Congress who represent your housing authority, but maybe you live in somebody else's district, We can schedule meetings both on your home address, that constituency, and your housing authority constituency. All you have to do is email me, and my email will pop at the end of the presentation. And we're doing this to make sure that everybody from the state and district meet together with the office once. And also so that we know who you're meeting with, and so we can help you guys provide you guys with a little bit of support before you head to those meetings. And then so you can coordinate with everybody from your state and district so that your meetings run smoothly and the office hears one loud, narrow voice. So here's some details about the meetings. We've hired a fabulous firm, Advocacy Associates, to scheduling your meetings, and they're doing that as we speak. So you'll get information about your meetings 1 week out from Hill Day, which is February 24th. And you'll receive an email with meeting details, such as the time, who you'll be meeting with, and the other NAHRO members who are in your meeting, how to join that meeting via phone, information about your legislators, and NAHRO Leave Behind materials, or those policy documents that we give you to help you put together some talking points and to shape your ask to the member of Congress, and for them to have in reference to some of the things you talked about after the meeting. So just to take a little quick look at the website that we'll be sending to you via email. This is what will happen when you click on the meeting details in your email. You'll see everybody that you're meeting with. You'll be able to see talking points and important documents. You can send thank you notes directly through the website. You can fill out a meeting report form and take notes about that meeting so that you can give us a little bit of feedback so that we have that touch point with the office as well. And then you can message other people who are going to be attending the meeting with you. If you click on the member of Congress, there's a quick biography that pops up. You'll get links to their website, Facebook, Twitter, and their YouTube channel. All of those are really important things to take a look at before your meetings, just to get a sense of who your member of Congress is and some of the things that they're communicating to their constituents. You can also take a look at the messages that are shared between you and other attendees. You can take a look at all NAHRO Hill Day attendees. And there's a support tab if you have any questions for us or any issues with the website or meetings. You can contact us directly through the website as well. And then finally, you can click on the meeting to see all of the details of what you'll need to know on your meeting day. So you'll see your call-in number, all of the talking points that you can send directly to the offices will be there. Again, you can send that thank you note directly to the office in that meetings form, and then you can message other attendees. So just a little sneak peek of what you'll see, but again, that email will come to you on February 24th. And you'll be able to take a look at all those meetings. And one thing to note about those schedules, I would definitely look at your meeting schedule the day before Hill Day as well, because things on Capitol Hill change really quickly, and schedules, especially for the members of Congress themselves, tend to be pretty fluid up until the day before. So sometimes there'll be committee meetings called, times that they have to go to the House or Senate floor to vote will change. So you never know when things will change on your schedule. So I just encourage you guys to definitely log in more than once to take a look at those schedules. So a few tips on what you can do to prepare for these meetings. One, we'll be holding a NAHRO Virtual Hill Day What to Know Before You Go webinar on Tuesday, February 23rd at 12 p.m. We'll have Advocacy Associates on to talk a little bit about their scheduling process and to give you more details about how to navigate that website that I just showed you. I'll give you some tips on how to have a effective meeting, and we'll talk you through some of the policy asks and specific requests that we'll be giving you to make to your members of Congress so that you'll have a really good background on everything that you'll need to know. We're also encouraging everybody to meet within their state prior to their meetings, just so you have a good idea of who is participating from Hill Day. Go through an agenda, at least in the Senate meeting, so that you guys can kind of map out what you're going to say and who's going to talk. And for newbies, if you haven't participated in Virtual Hill Day before, we definitely encourage you to meet with the members in your state so that you can get some tips and helpful information from some of the veterans in your state who've done this before. We welcome new people to participate in Hill Day, and we want to make sure that you guys have all the support you need so you feel confident going into your meetings that day. Definitely, like I said, view that schedule multiple times before March 3rd, and then take a look at the NAHRO materials that we put up on the website and provided to you on the NAHRO website as well, just so you know what our talking points are, what your ask should be if you're members of Congress, and just so you're familiar with what it is that you'll be passing along to the offices before that meeting. But like I said, NAHRO's Virtual Hill Day, What to Know Before You Go webinar on Tuesday, February 23rd. That's really important for you guys to at least view so that you can see how the website works and just hear us talk through some of those talking points. It will be recorded, so if you can't participate at noon when it's live, we'll make it available to you afterwards. So no worries if your busy day precludes you from participating. If you have any questions, if there's anything at all you need, please let me know. Again, I'm Tess Hembry. I'm the Director of Congressional Relations here at NAHRO, and my email is right there. Thank you guys again for registering for the conference, for participating in Hill Day. You lay the groundwork that allows me to be a successful and loud voice for NAHRO and Capitol Hill throughout the year. So I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your very busy days to be that important voice for NAHRO. Thank you, take care,